Hey, you have reached the last video of this entire course. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked and I hope you learned a lot of amazing points, an amazing way to do your presentations better. I hope that we've met the outcome, which is delivering a wonderful presentation that's going to create the impact that you want through the three stages, which is plan, create, and deliver. Now, how do we move ahead? What are the next steps that you can do? Now that you know how to do this, what can you do to make your presentation creation process easy and quick and not complicated and not something, well, hopefully that you just don't enjoy. I want you to make this an enjoyable process, something that you do, because you know what? A presentation is an extension of you when you're the speaker, when you're a presenter, and it has to, and it always mirrors you, right? And if you take the effort, if you do it with the kind of the love and creativity that it requires, then it is going to show in your presentation, and people will also be able to get that. So please enjoy the entire process, and I hope that I have made a small change in the way that you start looking at presentations. All right, so with that, how do we now stay prepared? Because we get presentations in the last minute, at work, at office, with clients, etc. There are always last minute presentations. Like suddenly we need to get on a meeting or get on a call where you probably have to present information about how things have been going, or these are recurring meetings. So when you know that there's time for it, it's okay, you can take the time. But how do you work on situations where something happens just ad hoc and you need to get into it? So this is where being prepared comes into the equation. So here I am going to share some quick tips on how you can stay prepared. These are tips that helped me a lot when I had to do a lot of last minute work in my job, and I'm sure this is definitely going to help you as well. How do I stay prepared? The first thing is to have a template pack ready to use. Whether you use PowerPoint, whether you use Canva, whether you use Google Slides, have a template pack which is filled with all the kinds of infographics, the different slide templates that you need, every version that you think you might ever need. Put all of those together into a pack and create the template. So if you work a lot with data, maybe you can have a lot of different types of graphs, or maybe roadmaps, or maybe process flows like the one that you see on the screen. So put all these kind of templates, collect them, keep them ready with the brand color palette that you're supposed to be using, and keep it, just keep it ready to use. So what happens is you learn to plan quickly. So I've taught you a planning strategy that's going to help you really easily. Quickly take a piece of pen and paper, put it out there, create that structure, 3 point core message structure, which is going to help you know what goes into each slide, what is supposed to be on each slide, and for that you have a slide pack ready. So all you need to do is put it together and then practice. If you have a few minutes, practice your presentation, quickly go through the flow of the presentation, go there, do your best with your presentation, and the most important thing, reflect. What would have helped you do this even better? What did you do really well, and what can make this better for the next time? So what are your improvement areas, so that you are ready for the next time, you are even more prepared than you were this time? And that's all there is to it. Staying prepared involves just a very basic step: knowing a concept, learning how to implement it, and getting better at it, and then being able to do it really quickly. And that's all there is to it. Office work related presentations, some of you might have questions like, they are giving we are given only one slide and we have to put all that information. So you can still put the information, you can still use the same method, you can still create a really good structure to it, and have your information come in pieces. So even if it is just one slide, you can still divide it into four quadrants, and you can still tell a story, or you can still have a structure which starts with what, and then have something, and then the next point, and then the next point. So even if it is just one slide that you're given, you can still put in a lot of just relevant information, so that it's going to flow in a very good manner. And in that one slide, you're going to impress the people who are listening, compared to all the other people who've just jammed information into one slide. Well, you have the advantage now, make use of that advantage. So, couple of quick points to remember. Is a visual aid actually required? Is it important to you to have a visual aid? Can you do without it? Is this a situation where it is something you can skip? You can just go with having a well structured speech, practice it, and then go do an amazing job. But if you think a visual aid is really required, only then create a presentation. Don't create a presentation for the sake of creating a presentation. All right. The next thing is to keep learning. The last point that we discussed, which is review and reflect on your presentation, keep learning from it. Not only from your own presentations, but from others as well. Look at others who are presenting. What are they doing? This is a nice design. This is a nice slide. I really like how he structured this. Learn from them, take them, and make it your own. There is no harm in doing that. That's how everyone learns. You look at great speakers, you look at great presenters, and you learn from them. All right, so keep learning. The next thing is, learning and knowing it is different, but implementation is an all new game, right? So for that, you need to step out of your comfort zone, do something that you probably haven't tried, but it's definitely going to give you a new world. It's going to open up a new world for you. Why not give that a try? It's okay. Maybe try a design element that you've never used. Maybe add a video that you never thought you would. There's so much that you can do. Experiment, please. And then finally, remember, you are the content. Your presentation is just more like a table of content and more just a visual aid, and it's not the content itself. So you are the speaker, you have the content, you are the content. A presentation is just a presentation. All right, with that, we are about to finish. Last, finally, you rated yourself in the beginning of this module, and I would want you to rate yourself again. So now, are you able to do a lot of things that you were not able to do? I want you to track your own progress and see how well you would rate yourself. And if there is still a gap, then please let me know. I would love to know how I can help you close this gap, make this gap smaller in any way possible. So rate yourself, and again, this time you will compare not with anybody else, but with how you started off. All right, currently, how do you feel about presentations is what I would want you to do. And it's the same thing. I'm going to leave the form for you so that you can do this. Is the last part. Your feedback is of utmost importance to me, because this is what is going to help me make more better content for you. If there is something missing, if there is something more that you would like when it comes to presentations, please let me know what you liked, what you did not like, and I would love candid feedback. I also love to learn, improve, and grow. And this is where you can help me do the same thing and give you better content, provide you better information so that your presentations get even more amazing. So please take a couple of minutes to share your feedback, and it's going to really help me out create better content for you and also improve. All right, with that, I am done with this module. I hope you liked it, and if you liked it, please let me know. I would love to know if this really helped you. Whoever has done this really enjoyed, they took away a lot of learning. It changed the way they did presentations, and I hope it was the same kind of impact for you. If it's not, also please let me know. I love to know what I can correct. All right, with that, I'm going to say a big bye and say you are going to rock your presentations. I am sure about it. All right, all the best. Bye bye.